If men are so unhappy in their relationships, why don't they just leave? Great.
So she gives a great explanation. She has some valid points. I would suggest that you watch her video and get all the points because I think they're very valid and very thought out, and I appreciate that. But I'm going to give some of my reasons why men, although they're unhappy, stay in relationships. One is we're kind of raised to suck it up, be a man, suck it up. Um, go through difficult times. So when we have difficult times in a toxic relationship, a lot of men that I've spoken with and have talked to after divorce, um, they thought that was normal. That's what it is. Being yelled at, belittled constantly was a part of marriage, part of living together, cohabitation. No, it really isn't. That's a toxic relationship. So we are conditioned to take it and to keep going, which is not a great scenario, but that's what it is. Man up. You know? Rubbery glue, words bounce off me, bounce onto you, so forth. Um, that's all fine and dandy for occasions, but when it is constant, it slowly wears down um, you as a person. Another thing is women and men love differently. If we wife you up, we are telling you our life will be sacrificed before we let anything happen to you. We are taught as men from the beginning that we need to sacrifice our life for our children and our wife. Their life means more than ours. We need, when it comes, push comes to shove, you die for your family. There is no greater love than that. To self sacrifice yourself for the well being of others. That's why we have movies like Titanic and why that was so popular, because Jack sacrificed his life for, I can't remember her name, but even though there was enough room on that raft for him to survive, it's a romantic sentiment. Sentiment. Yeah, I can't talk. So, yeah, we are taught to sacrifice ourselves. We are disposable. And we know we are disposable, whether we accept it or not. So, that's what you have it. Now, I stuck in with my marriage because I also made a vow. If you got a religious guy or a ethical guy, um, he will try to stick it out through thick and through the thickest of thicks and thins. I made a vow at the time I was religious, so I made a vow to God when I got married. I witnessed so many of people around me growing up, going through all these marriages, one after another, not working. And when I was a kid, I was in the mindset that I'm going to get married once and only once, and I was going to make it work because I've seen all these failed relationships and seen the aftermath of what the failed relationship is. Like I had a neighbor, greatest guy I ever known, great neighbor. He had children. He was, I think, 30, 40 years, something like that, in his marriage. He was married a long time. And his wife decided to step out, have an affair while she was at work. And I saw that the emotional toll it took on him. And I never wanted that for myself. He married this woman for a long time, had 3 kids with her, and he loved her with all of his heart. To only have her step out, have an affair while she's at work, mind you, you know, getting her afternoon delight, and betray the marriage and divorce him. And then on top of that, take half his assets. Yeah. So I vowed to have only one marriage. So when I was married, I was dedicated. I had my reason why I didn't have kids, because kids is normally a factor, was I told her one night that I didn't care where I hanged my hat as long as it was next to hers. That I didn't care where we lived as long as she was with me. The next morning, she told me that was the worst thing that anyone has ever said to her. The worst thing. And from that moment on, I knew that if we had children, which I wanted, that it would put us in the fast lane for divorce, and the kids would probably be used against me. I was very certain, 99.9999% certain she would use the kids against me. And instead of realizing this is probably not what I want, I vowed to stay in a marriage. I vowed to keep my vows and to make the marriage last as long as possible. So thenceforth, I was anti-children. I tried to make the marriage last because I made a promise. I made a vow. And it's not that way. All my romanticism about marriage and relationships from that point, because as a man, I'm going to marry, I'm going to sacrifice my life, my well being, I'm going to commit to a vow, I'm going to make all this commitment and work as hard as I can for the sake of the relationship to only be disillusioned because whatever reason it's not worth it. All my romanticism died. So you want to know why men are not staying in? Because they want to. They want to have that integrity. Majority of us, not all of us, but it's built not that way. I'll never marry again. And now I never fully get into a relationship personally. One foot's always at the threshold of the door. So you wonder why? That's why. Men need that security. Anymore. I remember a guy telling me that marriage was just, when I was younger, was just a business deal. And I was so offended by it because I was a hopeless romantic. I thought it was cynical. I thought it was a disgusting view. That's what view I have now. But yeah, if you disagree with me, tell me why in the comments. Make sure you check out her video because she was very smart and she did lay it out very well. And if you like it, share. If you don't, share. I don't care. So have a good one.